Can we start with winner chicken dinner, please? We gotta start with your team. My winner chicken dinner is the San Diego Padres. Winner of 7 straight, 3 walk-offs, correct. I think it's the longest active win streak in baseball.
It's
not even, correct, it is. But yeah, the 3 walk-offs, the robbed home runs throughout it, the Mason Miller dominance as the closer.
Jackson Merrill has gone
it.
sicko mode.
The Holy Sheets call on one of the walk-offs.
Did you hear the call from last night?
Mm-mm.
It was more legible than the Holy Sheets call.
Yeah.
But still just so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
Yeah, the Mason Miller, Fernando Tatis randomly starting to play second base. Lots of stuff happening in San Diego, and it's been fun to watch. They are on a heater right now, and that has led them to, I believe, the second best record in the MLB.
Behind the Dodgers.
Which I was about to say, tough. It's still behind some team in your division, but that's just what happens when you play in the NL West.
I do think we've also had one of the... I see a lot of sports stuff on social media, and I think this was relevant. A Dodgers fan was like, oh, we have such a good record, such a good record. Excuse me, a Padres fan was saying, we have such a good record, we have such a good record. And I think a Dodgers fan in the comment pointed out we have like the 5th easiest strength of schedule to date.
Yeah, I mean, you did just get to play the Rockies. A sweep of the Rockies is a core part of the win streak, but you still got to go out there and win the games. So shout out to the Padres for their 7-game win streak.
Yeah, big time.
Well, we'll talk about them more later in the show, so we don't need to chat more. We can go back to Cock of the Walk now. And that is MLB legend. We're staying with baseball. Mike Trout has hit 5 home runs in this 4-game series versus the Yankees, as well as being the first player ever to homer in 4 straight days in Yankee Stadium. It's
a first opposing player.
Yes. Joy to watch. Happy he's kind of healthy. I hope he stays healthy, but one of the best baseball players of this era, and to do it against the Yankees also just makes it that much better because who likes the Yankees? And there's been some fun commentary moments of the one he hit today. I think it was the one he hit today. The commentator was talking about the pitcher. He was like, yeah, he's got a great changeup, fastball of 99. No one should ever be able to get a hit off this guy. And then immediately Mike Trout just crushes a homer. So shout out Mike Trout. And shout out the Angels, honestly, for playing pretty fun baseball, which is not the norm from the Angels.
Yeah, and I think that, I'm going to talk about Trout as well later on when we just do MLB conversation, but I'll go and throw it out there. He's having his best, right now he's had his best OPS since 2022 and his best on-base percentage since 2021. So just doing a very good job this year of kind of getting back to that. Would you say the end of his prime? And then the past couple of years has been very injury-prone.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the end of his prime. I mean, I really have to think about such go look at the numbers, but that in my head sounds about right. Now I will say, your numbers are also going to look pretty great this early in the season if you have a stretch where you hit 5 home runs in 4 days.
Correct. That's
but it still counts all the same.
It's a lot easier to have a really good season when you get off to a hot start.
Yeah,
that's the other that's the positive way of saying that. So we'll have to see how the season pans out for him. But yeah, it's been a really good start, and that I don't think did they beat the Yankees? How many times did they beat the Yankees in that series at all?
A couple times. I don't know what it actually is, but the Yankees were on a bit of a skid, so I don't know how it fully rounded out. But
yes, very grateful that we did not go talk trash to all the Blue Jays fans in our comments after the Blue Jays started 2-something, and the Yankees started 7-2, something like that. It was the Yankees were off to a hot start. Blue Jays looked terrible. Yankees were first in their division, and now it's all shuffled back up because we're literally only a month into the season. But I was joking. I was well, time to go tell all those Blue Jay fans that we know what we're talking about and they're idiots. But held back on that one to not let loose because the season's not over yet.
Sure.
Rotten egg?
Yeah, let's get to the rotten egg. And this one is not MLB related. It is NBA related. And the reward for this week's rotten egg goes to the Orlando Magic. That is not the Orlando Magic.
I'll change it real quick.
Orlando Magic.
Roman Anthony catching shade again from his last week's rotten egg appearance. That's all I can think about when I think of the Orlando Magic is that song, as one should, to be honest.
For me, it's the mascot. I forgot what his name was.
The Puff.
I think it
the
is
Magic
Puff.
Dragon or something like that.
I think it is Puff the Magic Dragon.
But see, that could be just some other dragon.
Isn't
that could have just pulled that from a children's book or something. I don't know. Yeah. See.
Yeah.
That's just something entirely different. Can we get a Magic mascot check real quick?
Stuff. The Magic Dragon.
Okay, I was really close.
That is
I don't feel as
ridiculously
bad
close.
now.
That's got to be on purpose.
Yeah, it has to be. As the graphic says, they played in the play-in game a couple nights ago and couldn't beat an Embiid-less 76ers team for the rights to the 7 seed. So now tomorrow night they will get to play the Charlotte Hornets to potentially be the 8 seed, and they'll right most likely, even if they win that game, to lose to the 1 seed Detroit Pistons in the first round. And so this is not even just like a rotten egg for losing that game to the 76ers, even though that is bad. It's just for a really poor season. A season where you went 41-41 last year, and you only won 45 games this year after trading for former All-Star Desmond Bane and giving away 4 first-round picks to acquire that player. And it's not even like Desmond Bane has been bad, but the roster construction and player development and progression has just been so poor there, along with injuries, that very quickly what was thought as like a fun young team. We kind of talked about this some and when previewing the play-in as like the window's closing super fast. There's now thoughts of like, can you win with Paula as your best player? I would say no. I think he's very limited, very inefficient as a scorer. He doesn't really fit with Franz Wagner on the team. There's just no shooters on the team. They're going to fire their head coach. It's just been a pretty disastrous season as a whole for a team that had really high hopes coming in. I mean, they literally made their all-in move in acquiring Desmond Bane to win 4 more games than they did the previous season, and that is pretty atrocious, pretty pathetic, very poor. So that is why they're my rotten egg.
Once they fire their head coach, is there a chance that makes them like a winner chicken dinner kind of situation?
No. It would probably just be like, congrats, I guess. You did what you should do.
Yeah.
And maybe their coach is just that bad that like a new coach and maybe a year of good health like turned things around. But this season went so bad, I don't even know if they'll get that chance. Like the players get that chance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They may go ahead and shuffle the roster around some. So I don't really know. It's also just like the young. You have the young wave, but then you also have like as those guys have gotten good, they've still drafted other younger guys these past couple years that are like now the young guys, and they haven't hit. Like Jace Richardson hasn't really played very much this year. Tristan Da Silva's been just okay. Jet Howard
Waste
has
of a pick,
been basically a non-factor down the stretch here. So it's like you haven't even done a good job of like, okay, maybe we do have some core pieces, and now we can't really surround them all that well. So it's just not at all a well-constructed roster.
Yeah, it feels like 3 to 4 seasons of growth or whatnot that should have just been one season.
Sure.
Kind of. It just kind of feels like they've kind of 2 years ago they were a 4 or 5. They were a 5 seed. So, but it does feel like that 5 seed season, along with these 2 seasons, should have just all been one season.
Yeah, it's like almost taking them too long to get to the point they're at now.
Correct.
Sure.